Good evening everyone, welcome back to another race here at Kerb Clippers. Round number 4 of the Kerb Clippers British GT Championship. Here at Spa-Francorchamps in cloudy Belgium. Just heading into the end of free practice, qualifying coming up. 15 minutes once again, which will be followed by a 1-hour race. Current weather conditions medium cloud. Be staying like that for the remainder of the session. Taken from the circuit as always earlier on today. Missed out on the changeable Belgian weather, which some of the guys are quite happy about. As Blank comes around to complete his final lap, he's currently just over 100th of a second off pole position, or what would be pole position. Held by out. Less than a tenth covering the top 3 in GT3 at the moment. And Angiolo, who's new to the championship tonight in GT4, looking significantly good in qualifying compared to the other guys. Mark's been in the wall. Watch Matty slide that Mercedes-Benz through the bus stop for the last time. Right, we'll just jump straight in at who's leading the way in GT3. Angie's leading the way in GT4. But let's get qualifying underway. Whitford brings the Ferrari out of the pit box, out onto the circuit for the first time in this qualifying session. And is mated into a wild buzzing Hornet in the Renault. Powering out of the pit lane. Warming the tyres, just whacking the shares of the stream up in all the right places. Okay, so current situation in the GT3 Championship is as follows. Blankfile leads the way in the BMW Z4, 50 points. Won the first 2 races, 4th last time out at Donington. Still holds on to the championship lead by 8 points from Johnny B in the Audi. 42 points after the win last week. Moved himself to within 8 points of the leader. And in 3rd place in GT3 is Atu. He's going to be one of these KCs. There he is. In the M6. On 29 points, ahead of Whitford and the Ferrari on 24 points. Then we got Kev's aka Sender in the Audi on 22 points. Buzzing Hornet in the Renault on 20 points. Matty in the Mercedes on 16 points. And finally Racing at Home, who joined the championship last week and started in a solid podium position of 3rd. on 13 points, and then we do have Brambo, the reserve driver in the Porsche as well, who's on 8 points, but he's also only done 1 race. And then in GT4, Mr. Redwood leads the way in the Ginetta on 52 points. He won the second race. No, he won the third race of the season last week. He did win the race after DB Kang had to pit because of a missed fuel, and that was Redwood's first ever class win at Kerb Clippers. So let's give him some props for that. Because last week the GT3 drama was so intense that I missed the last minute change for the lead in GT4 until it was too late. So well done, Redwood. Called himself a race winner at Kerb Clippers now. And he leads the way in the championship from G32 Turbo. He won round number 1. Accidentally disconnected himself in round number 2. Solidly in the points in round number 3 on 39. And then you got Motormouth on 36 in the Ginetta. Tied with Satis in the Mustang, also on 36 points for 3rd spot. 3rd and 4th respectively on countback. And then DB Kang in 5th place, also in the Ginetta, in there somewhere. There he is. And then finally in GT4 we've got Mark on 22 points. And then new to the championship and looking very, very quick for a category in GT4, we've got Andy Eli, who I fancy for the win today in GT4. She could have arguably been pushed into GT3, but it's a long way still. There we go, we're just starting to get some times in. He's put in a 2:34.0 to lead the way. Just under 3 temps behind him is racing on a 34.3. Ten minutes to go in qualifying. Let's ride on board with Johnny B, shall we? Just coming around the start of that. To the source. Just turn number 1 on this layout. Start for the Ginetta GT4 on the right. We're heading to Eau Rouge and then Radion. Great corner. You get to use quite a bit of curb and GT racing over there if you need it. Nice and clean from Johnny there. Down the Kemmel straight for the comms. Tough braking zone. Slightly blind crest into the second apex. What? And then Rivage, or sometimes it's called Rivage. Some of these corners have 2 names depending on where you look. Cool. I'm sure I've been getting away with terrible pronunciations because we've been doing all the British circuits in the championship. This is the first time I'm getting shown up. And then Campus. And the ridiculously quick Blanchimont coming up. Full on commitment. Might see a couple of passing moves for her today. You never know. Pretty much flat in most of these cars, I'd imagine, though. Except for maybe Satis' Mustang. And hard into the bus stop chicane. It isn't a bus stop anymore. And that's a lap. And what is quite a long lap for the Spark. So they're going to improve? He does! He goes pole while we're on board with him. The 2:19.1. Setting the pace in GT3. As predicted, Andy's leading the way in GT4. quite considerably. Oh, as blank file goes within half a tenth of pole position in the BMW Z4. Still a lot of people to set times at the moment, just I think due to the length of the track. If you go on an out lap and then make a mistake on your hot lap and then start an out lap again, you're already starting to really run out of chances around here. And only a 15-minute session with a 2.5 minute lap roughly. Blankenfall weaves away. Who stuck it on pole. He's nailed the previous lap times. 18.4. I fancy Atty today. I do fancy him. I reckon he's got a big chance. Started off a bit wobbly in the old BMW, but he's got faster and faster. And that is a quick time. He won't win now, of course. I don't know if it's as powerful during the race as it is during qualifying. Quite a big gap between the top 3 and 4th at the moment. And then we've got a little bunch together, racing, Melted Dazza, Buzz, Kevs. Still some GT3 boys to set times, and some real variety in the times we're getting in GT4. So only 5 minutes to go in qualifying. Not many chances left. Johnny B's closed the gap a little bit at the top of GT3. Just down to 3 attempts now. Racing dives out of his way. Angie sat in the pits, enjoying the glory of being way quicker than everyone else in GT4. But Red Bull Championship leader in that division is currently enjoying second spot. Matty yet to put a proper time together in that SLS AMG Mercedes. Oh, just spotted G32 put himself up into third spot in GT4. Oh, and then DB Kung. That's a great lap time from DB Kung. 14 point out of 2:32.6. That's nice. Bit of competition for Angie there. Good stuff from DB Kung. It's a long straight in a GT4, this one. A lot of pedalling. Yeah, I mean, aside from it being a longer lap, such a power track that you're going to see a lot bigger difference between the GT3 and the GT4 lap times. And the GT3 guys are going to find the GT4 traffic coming at them pretty quickly, even quicker than it has been in the first few races. Oh, Oh, just seen Blankfile skimming a little bit faster. Just on the 6/10 off that his time. So the top 3 in the championship are the top 3 in GT3 at the moment. A little bit of a gap back to the Whitford, then Racing, then Dazza, who are all really close together in times. And then another little gap back to we got Buzz and Kevs. Matty's still struggling to get a lap time in. Hopefully he'll get it sorted soon. Another front row of Angie and DB Kung at the moment in GT4. Redwood in 3rd. G32 in 4th. Motor in 5th. Mark in the Porsche in 6th, wherever he is. There he is. Currently having an Ahu come alongside him. Oh, and then even the big boaty Mustang, even around here, it's ridiculously slow. But Sat is still plugging away. Goes on to start his final qualifying attempt. It's last chance saloon time now, really. Is anyone going to catch Ahu? Wait. I've forgotten he was in pole now. Who's in pole currently anyway, on an 18.4. 3.5 times quicker than Johnny. Yeah, it was that, wasn't it? Held it for quite a while now. Looks like he's good for pole position at the moment. Where is everyone? Keep an eye on these three. Is that Johnny B through that is coming out of the last corner for the final time? Can he improve? He's stuck with the lap, so he might be quicker. No. But he'll get another lap in. As will Atu. Here we go then. So Atu and Johnny onto their final laps. As will Blankfile get across the line in time. I don't think he will. I think he's going to get checkered here. Yep. Just missed it, Blankfile. Is he going to go quicker though? Oh, he is, up to 2nd place. 18.74. Johnny hits the pitch. He's already through. He's already given up on that final lap. Angie sat in the pitch for a while. She's still looking good in GT4 for pole position. We will keep an eye on this man. Doesn't possibly need to go any faster at the moment. That he's done. Here comes Whitford. Improvement. Not this time from Whitford. Racing's halfway round. Daz is halfway round. Oh, Kev's is coming on to the back straight, sort of. A little bit more of a spread in all of these times than we've seen in the first 3 rounds. To be expected, probably, at a place like this. Whoops. Cost him a little bit of time there for sure. Any improvement from Kevs? He does improve, up to 6th spot. Nice driving at the end there. Who was that coming across the line? That looked like a G32 and GT4. Any quicker? Not this time. DB Kung for pole? No. So Angie's going to hold on and take pole position in GT4. Well done to Angie Eli. And Atu's in the pits in GT3. Racing's finished. There we go then. Right then, folks. So round number 4, Kerb Clippers British GT Championship at Spa-Francorchamps. Starting formation's going to be this. Row number 1, Atu and Blank. Row number 2, Johnny B and Racing. Row number 3, Matty and Whitford. Row number 4, Dazza and Kevs. And then row number 5, Buzz and Hornet. That's the 9 runners in GT3. And then 7 runners in GT4 tonight. Angie and DB Kung on row 1. Redwood and G32 on row 2. Motormouth and Satis on row 3. And then Mark Quirty on row 4. And we will be ready to go racing in roughly 2 minutes time. Predictions in the chat, please. Who's going to take home the wins? Are all the GT4s going to get off the grid? So many questions. Can Atu get a first win? Will Redwood and Blankfire hold on to their championship leads? Or will they extend them? Which one of the banana BMWs will crash first? See, I know this championship is quite good because it's actually a little bit tense on these grid weights. Here's the GT4s. Janetta, the 5 Janettas. The Mustang, the Porsche. Let's have a look at Atu's view down to the first corner. As we get ready to go racing. Round number 4. British GT Championship here at Kerb Clippers. This is where me and my friends come to do racing on a Monday night. And if you enjoy the race, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. There'll be more commentaries, live iRacing team races, all sorts of stuff coming up from us. Right, we're getting pretty close to the race right now, unless somebody's going to flop it again. Wow, I think we've done it, guys. We've got 16 cars with 16 drivers. No one's disconnected. And we're about to go racing here at Spa. Lights out. It's a great start from Johnny B. He's straight up behind Atu. They fan out behind them. Atu's holding the inside. Blankfire's on the outside. Blankfire's braking late. Oh, everyone's through nicely. GT4 guys are through well. Angie and DB coming side by side in GT4, heading down towards the Rouge Remedion for the first time. Whoa, lovely driving as we come streaming through. Bit of curve, that's going to be alright in GT racing. The GT4's come bunny hopping. Good times. Mark's made up a position, up to 14th spot in the Porsche, using the Porsche power already. Back to the front in GT3. Atu leads the way. Racing's made a move up into second. Blankfire down to third. Johnny B down to fourth. Great start from racing at home. Oh, some dramas behind. We've got Kev's off. Kev's is back with the GT4s. Buzz is off, back with the GT4s as well. Trouble for Buzz and Kev's early on. Atu's opened up a 1 second lead at the front. And then you've got a train of 5 behind him down to Whitford in 6th. Little gap back to Dazza then. And then luckily Kevs and Buzz, they got in a bit of trouble, but they've already picked their way through the GT4s and they're back in the GT3 train. So the 9 GT3s separated by 7 seconds. Then we've got Angie leading the way in GT4, followed by G32, who's up to second place. DB Kung down to third, under pressure here from Redwood. Oh sorry, no, that's G32 on the inside of DB Kung even. For seconds place. Oh, they go side by side. Oh, that was unlucky. That was unfortunate. Are they going to be okay? Oh, G32's in the wall. Front end damage there for G32. Oh, shoulder to shoulder contact there. Oh, they were side by side quite well, and they just both went for the same bit of real estate at the same time. That one will go to the stewards, I'm sure. Anyway, Atu leads the way from Blankfire. Johnny B, top 3 in the championship, are the top 3. Racing's made a little mistake, back down to 4th. Wow, dramatic lap number 1 here at Kerb Clippers. The GT3's come through to start lap number 2. Atu's lead has been eaten up there a little bit by Blankfire already. He's going to be in his slipstream as we come over Rouge and Radion onto the Kemmel straight in. He might have a chance. Oh, Oh, he's done well just to open that gap up just a fraction. Let's see how the GT4s get on in the same spot. Oh, Angie's got herself a nice gap already. So there's been just a little bit of drama then. The rest of them are all together though. Redwood, DB, Kerb, Mark, Motormouth in a line. But whatever mischief these four have got up to is giving Angie a bit of breathing room. She's got about a 4-second lead now. And then She32, unfortunately, with the damage, chases after Saturns in the Mustang. In GT4. Oh, is that? Nope. For a second then I thought it was wide, but I think he's just kicking up some dust on exit. Once again, these three break away, just a fraction. We've seen this before, but it hasn't stayed these three as the breakaway for long. Times in qualifying look like these three had the ultimate outright pace. And just starting to stretch their legs ahead of another group of three, or was three. Looks like Daz has just dropped off the back of these two. And the McLaren. Followed by Matty and the Mercedes, and Kerb's under pressure from Kerb's in the Audi. Fighting for 7th spot. And Buzz in a Renault P9. A little bit late on the brakes there from Matty. Constantine it up a little bit there. He's top three through the bus stop. Matty and Kerb side by side. Oh, steady on that. Oh, nicely done. Full beams up over Eau Rouge. And ready on. Back to the leaders. Oh, so Blank has to go defensive there from Johnny. Whoops, I'm in the wrong place. Drunk cameraman. Cheers, mate. It's the battle for second. Damn it, I wasn't looking. What happened to Blank? I had it on screen, but I was looking at my phone. Blank. What the? What? What the hell? Championship leader Blank File is parked at the side of the road? What the fuck? I mean, I don't know what's happened there. As the leader in GT4 comes past Blank File, he's still just parked at the side of the road. He's either the postman's come or his wheels disconnected. Something weird's happened to Blank as the GT4 field comes streaming by a stationary championship leading BMW GT3. What on earth? So now Arto and Johnny lead the way. Racing's up to 3rd. Whitford's in 4th. Daz is 5th. Matty 6th. Buzz is in 7th. Kev's in 8th. Buzz has got past Kev's for 8th spot. Angie leads the way in GT4, but Blank File is just chilling. He's down in the S's. What happened to Blank? I wasn't looking at my phone, people. I wasn't even looking at the screen. I feel like he was on screen. What happened? What's going on? Massive championship drama. Blank File's going to be on for no more than 2 points here today. Parked at the side of the road like that. We're just going to bring out and Johnny right back into play in the championship. Johnny B's going to lead the way if he stays where he is. What is happening? Oh, he's moving again. Blank's moving again. He's moving again. Right, let's see what Blank can do from here then. He's lost about a minute and a half. Just parked up at the side of the road. Crazy scenes. I mean, I'd say that he's hit the reset button, but maybe he has. Control-Alt-Delete. And the BMW Z4's back into life. Maybe he just needed a piss. We'll find out at the end of the race. But in the meantime, Blackfell rejoins in 16th position on the road and 9th in GT3. And we're a minute and a half behind. And 51 minutes of racing to go. He'll be lucky if he's still leading the championship after tonight. Mad dramas here. Battles on the track at the moment, Matt. He's up behind Whitford for P5. Battle for 5th. Heading into Blanchimont, on lap number 4. Fastest man on track at the moment is the leader, on a 20.8 last time out. Just on a 20.7 as well. Johnny B in behind him pops in a 21.2. So he's pulling away at the front. Enjoys a 2-second lead now. Currently got a battle for 5th and a battle for 7th though. These 4 all in close proximity. Meanwhile, in GT4, Angie continues to check out at the front. Lap significantly quicker than everyone behind her last time out. Motor Mouth's up into 3rd spot though. 6 or 7 seconds back on the road. Followed by Redwood in 3rd place. Mark and DB Kung 4th and 5th. Flickering of the brakes. Into Blanchimont from Mark, who gets a bit of a wiggle on in the Porsche. Come on, gathers it up. That allows DB Kung to close the gap. Oh, DB Kung's lost it on the curb there. Trip across the grass. 360. Dips the clutch. Loses a place to Satis in the Mustang. Pulls his way up into 5th spot. So DB Kung in 6th. G32 and 7th after that damage we saw earlier on when he unfortunate contact with DB Kung. Those two now find themselves at the rear of the field in GT4. And then a recovering Blank File. Battle in GT3 is hotting up. Matty's got him to 5th place. Buzz is having a look up the inside of Whitford. Late on the brakes. Dives up the inside. Great pass from Buzz. Up into 6th place. Flash of the lights. Thanks Whitford for being kind. Flash of flame from the Ferrari exhaust. We head up the hill. Matty a little bit slower. That was Buzz out braking himself through the chicane. He'll get away with that one. Now Andel might find himself under pressure though from Whitford. Yeah, Whitford's going to have the inside here. Into the source. Regains 6th spot. Well, Buzz goes for the undercut. He gets it done. Oh, a little wiggle on exit. A bit too eager to get on the power. That's going to allow Whitford to defend. And hang on to that 6th spot. And the battle continues. Oh, a little wiggle from Buzz over the top of Radio. Down the Kemmel Straight on lap number 6. We're watching the battle for the top 5 in GT3. Or the battle for 5th, I should say. Matty in 5th, Whitford in 6th, Buzz in 7th, Kerb in 8th. Oh, there's a slight slide coming out of the corner there, number 44 Audi. Lights up the rears, gets away with it though. Who continues to lead the way, now enjoys a 3.5 second lead at the front of GT3. Stuck in a 20.2, which is a rapid lap last time out. A clean second on everybody else, at least. Starting to show a real clean pair of heels to Johnny B, who's second. But Johnny B will be perfectly happy with second. Second gets him the lead in the championship, the way things stand at the moment. After dramas for championship leader Blank File, who ended up parked at the side of the road for about 90 seconds and is currently still 16th on the road and 9th in GT3. We got Racing in 3rd, looking good for another podium. A little bit of a gap between Racing and then Dazza, and then Matty, and this battle for 5th, Matty, Whitford, Buzz, Kevs. Whoa, I just saw Kerb. He gathered it up. Blank's just catching the end of the GT4 on, is it? One thing the length of the lap is going to do is give everyone just a little bit more space for this round. The traffic was coming pretty thick and fast last time out at Donington Park GP. But round here you should have just a little bit, just a big enough gap for BMW Z4 there. Up to 12th on the road for Blank File. Kev drops into Buzz's slipstream, down to Kemmel Straight. Buzz goes defensive. Oh, doesn't quite go defensive enough. Kev gets the nose up the inside. Hold on the brakes, they go side by side. Great driving, Hot Buzz gets a little power wiggle on the way out. I feel like this battle for 7th could go on and on all race, as could the battle for 5th, just ahead on the road. Mercedes versus Ferrari, and then Renault versus Audi. Dazza's not too far off getting drawn back into this one as well. Stuck the road in 4th in that blue McLaren. Currently, most of these guys lapping in the 22s. Who up ahead continues to hold down laps in the 20s. He said he set the thing up. He set it up quick, but not particularly stable. So if he manages to hang on to it for 45 minutes, he's looking pretty damn good for the win. But from what he said in the Discord, it might have a little bit of a bite to it, that setup. So hopefully you can hang on. Johnny B, we still don't know what happened to Blank File, but Johnny B would have been the happiest man on the track to see a parked Blank File. Because there's advantage Johnny B in the championship at the moment. Racing a little bit by himself, and then we start to get this gaggle. Dazza, Matty, Whitford. Buzz versus Kevs. DB Khan gets past Satis on the road for position. Up into 4th spot in class. Satis down to 5th. Oh! Attu's made a mistake. Attu's made a mistake. I did it to him and he's going to go in the wall again. Put that down. This is actually getting ridiculous. I cursed at him, he's in the wall, he's got no rear spoiler. From the lead, out he's dropped it. Johnny B leads the race. It looked like it was after the Kemmel straight into Le Com, somewhere in the Le Com concept. He's gone off the road. He's smashed the rear end of that BMW. That thing is toast. He'll be in the pits at the end of this lap. And that is a nightmare in the championship for Ratty. That is... I feel partly responsible. But I don't know how to not say stuff. I mentioned his setup might be twitchy, and he put it straight in the wall. He's about to get passed by Kerbs and Buzz here. He's staying out of the way. Great driving there, limping that car back round. This is going to put him even behind blank file, I reckon. They might be actually quite close on track. I expect to lose about at least a minute in the pits, if not longer. That damage is significant. That's given Johnny B a 10 second or an 8 second lead at the front. As he comes around to complete lap number 8, suddenly in the lead of the race. Last week's winner at Donington Park, Johnny B, suddenly looks like he's on for a great result again. As he comes up on some GT4 traffic up ahead. That's G32. So after 20 minutes we're going to start getting some GT4 traffic to worry about for all these GT3 guys. And the battle for second is actually holding up as well, because Racing's just had a bad lap. He's done a 2:25, and he's being caught by Dazza, who's being caught by Matty, who's bringing Whitford, Kev and Buzz with him. You can see this lot, and Racing, and there's Racing, there's Dazza, Matty, Whitford, Kevs, Buzz, Tony hops over the curb. Top 7, 18 seconds apart. These 6 separated by just under 10 seconds. See them all there on the Kemmel straight. And Matty was in the pits getting his new rear wing. He's moving again though. It looks like he might stay ahead of Blank File. Where's Blank File? Yeah, Blank File's miles away, so whatever happened to Blank File really was costly on the time front, because that is rolling again. He'll be out of there in position number 8. And potentially still looking to gain points on the championship leader, or what would be the championship leader. Johnny B is going to become the championship leader as it stands at the moment. So he'll be the man with the target on his back next week. Yeah, so Matty exits the pits as Blankfell comes through the bus stop, so still a bit of a gap there. He's still yet to pass class leader Angie in the GT4s. There's the gap in GT4, so Angie comes into turn 1 as Motormouth spins out of the last corner. So the gap for the lead in GT4 gets bigger. Little pirouette for Motormouth. He'll be glad they caught that. And that gives Angie about a 20-second lead in GT4 now. She's driving really well out in the front. It's like all the other guys have made little mistakes as well though. Redwood's currently in 3rd, DB Kung in 4th, Satis in 5th. And then G32 is in 6th and Mark is in 7th spot in GT4. Keep an eye on this GT3 battle. Fastest man on the track last time round was Melted Dazza. He's finding some speed in that McLaren. Oh, if you don't count Blank File, who's obviously flying at the back. A little bit slower that time, but they're starting to pick their way through traffic, so we're going to start seeing lap times affected by traffic now. As this battle for the podium rages on in GT3 as they come on start lap number 10. About 33% went through the race. So dramas for 2 of the 3 main championship contenders. Who's Johnny B? Looking very good right now. Currently on 42 points, 8 points behind Blank File championship leader. Ooh, Dazza froze that McLaren at the inside. As this battle for 3rd really is a battle now. In fact, Matty's passed Dazza, hasn't he? I do believe he has, yeah. So Matty's up to 3rd. Battle for the last spot on the podium. So Check out this in behind, Kev's and Buzz. And Whitford's dropped back here, so Kev's and Buzz have passed Whitford. Kev's up to 5th. Buzz up to 6th. Whitford down to 7th. We still have 16 runners in this race, which is good times. All the GT4s got off the grid. I said 4th time lucky all the GT4s were going to get off the grid, and they did. Delighted about that. 7 runners in GT4 still, 9 runners in GT3. As all these 3 start to catch the big wallowing Mustang of Satis. Oh, he gets, whoa, there's a Janetta having dramas on the apex. Whoa, big, whoa, that was crazy. A very slow Janetta as they all came out of the exit there. Tripped Satis up. Everyone did really well to avoid that. That was scary. I wonder which Janetta that was. Maybe that was G32? I think so. He's the next Janetta on the scene anyway. Oh no, it was DB Kung with damage. It was DB Kung with damage. Was he just damaging the car, or was that him struggling with damage on the exit? Hard to say. But that's dropped him down to 6th spot. And that gave those guys one hell of a fright coming out the corner then. That was... Satis did really well to check up in time, and then everyone did really well to avoid Satis. That was kind of mad. Check back in with these guys. They're sort of as they were before that all happened. Kev still leading the way in 5th. Oh, Buzz makes a little mistake. Doesn't quite catch the apex right there. This might give Whitford a chance. Battle for 3rd. Down to Kemmel straight. And the battle for 5th. Good run for Matty today in that Mercedes-Benz. Another good run for racing for Team Mercedes-Benz as well, actually, to be fair. Looking good for another podium again. Daz is actually having a great run in the McLaren. He struggled a little bit in that the last couple of weeks. Hounds the back end of Matty for 3rd spot. Matty gets a fraction more curve than he'd like to get on the power to come up the hill. So what I was saying in the chat, he hit the pit wall on the right before Eau Rouge. Oh, I went close to it. I think there's like a little bit of a... Yeah, that wall can kill you. That's a death wall on the way into Eau Rouge if you skim that. So that's done for Attu. We still don't know what it did for Blank. We'll find out at the end of the race, hopefully. In the meantime, Johnny B still leads the way. Slightly slower lap that time from him, but still going to maintain that advantage of just over 10 seconds from racing at home. Matty's in 3rd spot. Melted Daz in 4th. Battle for 5th. Kev's and Buzzing Hornet still at it. They've been at it all race. Whitford's joined them now in the Ferrari to get involved in the fun. And then Attu recovering from the pit stop quite a way back now, obviously. And Blank filing 9th. Angie still enjoying a decent lead in GT4. Still lapping fastest of everyone in GT4. Should be cruising to the checkered flag at this rate. Motormath though looking on for a good result. He was disappointed last week getting involved in a lap 1 incident, so he'll be glad to be having a nice clean run as we approach halfway through the race. Up in 2nd spot, Redwood in 3rd, and GT4 championship leader at GT4. Won't be too disappointed with 3rd spot if he stays there. Satis, Mr. Consistent in the big fat Mustang, 4th place, being chased by GT82 as he jumps over the curb. And then DB Kung has been in the pits, and Marky's been in the pits, I think, because they're quite a long way back and they've seen them both get damaged, yet they're both sporting a reshaping front end. Freeway battle for GT3. Oh! What's happened here? Yep, Daz has gone. So Daz has dropped it there. Daz has fallen back in the McLaren. He's gone from hounding the back of Matty for 3rd spot to 7th place. One little mistake's cost him 3 positions. picks up a bit of dirt on the tyres, makes them run a little bit wide. Cool. Catching GT4 traffic again, these guys. Whitford and Buzz just getting a little bit held up on the apex there. GT4 guys don't have to jump out of the way. It's endurance GT racing. They're free to ride in their own race. Just don't defend. That's Red Bull doing a good job in the white and red Ginetta, as Dazzle picks his way through in the McLaren. We've almost half the race gone as we tick towards the end of 30 minutes. Kerbs and Buzz have finally split themselves up by a whole second for the first time in a long time. Oh, Buzz goes too deep through the chicane, but in doing so slightly gives Whitford a bit of a scare, so he doesn't lose too much time. Bounces over the curb on exit. No harm done. Well, that is putting a 2:19.7. That's a ludicrously fast lap in that repaired BMW, down in 8th place. It's going to take more than that to catch these guys out, unfortunately, after that pit stop. Fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh on the road, and class in GT3. Oh, Buzz runs wide, Whitford gets the place. Chucks the Ferrari up the inside. Now Buzz has got to worry about Dazza. Lights ablaze on the blue McLaren. Oh, there's a far too polite Ginetta dives out of the way. Motor bailing out of the way of everyone there. I think he's just keen to hang on to his second spot in the championship, or second spot in the race, sorry, for championship's sake. Because Angie's leading the way, it's her first race, so she's not really in the championship battle at the moment. Although if she stays in GT4, she may well be after the next 4 races. She wins them all. Back to these guys, what's happening there? Oh! Side by side for the bus stop. Close up blur of blue paint. As Whitford takes 5th place from Dazza. Oh, and Buzz has dropped back a little bit. Bit of 4-wheel drifting on entry from Whitford there. So Kevs has got himself up into 4th spot. Great driving from Kevs. And has started to pull away from Whitford and Dazza. Buzz has made a slow lap last time out. He's done a 2:30. It's dropped him off the pace of the guys ahead. And fastest man on track yet again is Atto on the recovery drive in the M6. This is the spot where he said he crashed. Just clip that wall on the exit there, or just where he's going past the wall there on the outside. If you brush the wall there, it can be fairly catastrophic without you actually making too much contact. So I think that's what happened to Atto, unfortunately. Took him out of the lead earlier on, forced him into the pits. Kerb Clippers British GT Championship. It's round number 4. We're here at Spa-Francorchamps, just over halfway through the race. GT3 and GT4 multi-class. I'm your host Fry. We are Kerb. Join us on our Discord. Check out the website kcsimracing.com. Follow us on Twitter, Kerb, Instagram, Kerb. Come and race with us. We do iRacing and we do project cars on the PS4 and the PC. And we chat about all the other sims as well now. Racing has a little weave as he crosses the line to start lap number 15. Currently holding down second place, about 11 seconds off the leader Johnny B, but fairly comfortable in second spot. Ahead of Matty, who's also enjoying a little bit of a gap ahead of Kevs, who's now built himself a gap to Whitford. He's under pressure from Dazza. Intriguing midfield battle at the moment in GT3. Got Whitford on 24, Kevs on 22, Buzz on 20, Dazza on 20, Matty on 16, racing on 13 after his debut last week. So in the order they're in at the moment, it will only bunch them up all together, with Racing and Matty currently holding second and third. That'll push them up. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Whitford defending 5th from Dazza, as they just come up on some Ginetta GT4 traffic. That's Angie leading the way, I believe, in GT4. Yeah, doing well to deal with the traffic. Holding the line nicely there. Great driving. Letting the GT3 guys pick their way through. We've just lost a little bit of time now. This is the way that it goes in multi-class racing though. Sometimes it giveth, sometimes it taketh away. And with that, after 35 minutes of racing, I think that's the first time that I've had no exclamation marks on the left hand side of my screen. Oh, take a breath. Johnny B leads the way in GT3. Blank file mysteriously. I mean, we still don't know what happened to him, but he just was he was leading. Well, was he leading the way? He was in the battle for the top 3. I think he was in second spot behind Atu, and mysteriously ended up parked at the side of the road for about a minute and a half, which has dropped him down to 9th. Then Atu was leading the way, clipped the wall at the entry to Eau Rouge, lost his rear wing, had to make a pit stop. That dropped him down to 8th. Johnny B took over, hasn't looked back since. Had about a 9-second lead when he took the lead from Racing, and has just continued to slightly extend that, and held it around 10 to 11 seconds ever since. Racing running well again in the Mercedes. Hasn't quite had the ultimate outright pace of the 3 drivers I just mentioned, but has been solid and consistent, running in second at the moment. Also driving well in the Mercedes is Matty, up in 3rd on the podium again. Was battling for the lead at Alton Park in round 2 with Buzzing Hornet, and unfortunately had contact on the penultimate lap. Didn't have such a good race last week after damage in lap 1. He'll be glad to be recovered back up to the podium this week. Same goes for Kevs actually, not such a good race for him last week. He's having a decent run in 4th, on for some good points. Then we've got Whitford in 5th and Dazza in 6th, still pretty close together, and Buzzing Hornet unfortunately just dropping quite a long way off the back of these guys now. He was right in the battle. I didn't see any damage on that Renault, but is it a bit maybe on the front, or is that just dirt? Hard to know. Definitely a little bit slower. They lapped in the 24s last time round for Buzz. He's not a million miles away from Atu now, but it's probably 22 minutes to go. I mean, if Atu continues to lap 4 seconds a lap quicker than Buzz, he's going to catch him, isn't he? So there might be something there for Atu to claim. And then even further back is Blankfile after the mysterious park. Championship leader Blankfile. He won't be championship leader after this race. Winner of round 1 and round 2. But Johnny B, winner of round 3, leads the way in round 4. Oh, DB Kung takes a spin. We've lost somebody from the race as well. We're down to 15. As DB Kung works that Janetta. Loses a spot to G32, I believe. Where's G32? Oh no, G32's battling Satis. So DB Kung's by himself, but it's having a spin. Satis and G32 are fighting over... Yeah, so it's a GT4 that we've lost. Who have we lost? It's Mark. We've lost Mark in the Porsche again. Not having a great season in that Porsche's Mark. Might be regretting that car choice. Finds himself down at the bottom of the championship on 22 points. He'll be classified in 7th place in GT4 though. But those points won't really help him today. Story of the race in GT4, Zanji's just driven away with it. Been the fastest car on track pretty much all race. Enjoys a nice healthy lead from Motormouth. In P2, Redwood in P3. Redwood is looking good to hang on to his championship lead though if he gets third still. Currently enjoying a 13-point lead in the championship. 59. He's got 52 points. G32 is his next biggest rival. He's on 39, and he's only down in a 5th spot. So I'd fancy G32 to have a good chance of catching Satis even with that damage on the front of the Janetta, but looks like that could be a good battle to watch for the last 20 minutes. And then finally we've got DB Kung, other people still running. He's not having a great race himself. Right, 20 minutes to go, 33% of the race remaining. It has settled down just a little bit. Buzz has lost 8 seconds on the previous lap to Atu, so something is happening to Buzz and Hornet here. I don't know if it's just traffic. As he goes side by side with the Janetta. Nicely done there, guys. Little flash of the lights from Buzz to say thanks, because he is probably well aware that Atu's coming and coming fast. He'll be in his nerves before he knows it. Let's see what sort of lap time Buzz puts in now. How cropped is that Renault? Or has he just made a mistake, got held up in traffic? Yeah, on 24.9, so that's a bit more like it from Buzz. He's not exactly quick, but it's a little bit better. Here comes Atu, who again has done a 20.9. So at this rate, he'll be catching him. Just tries to grab a little bit of slipstream off the Janetta. Every little helps. Hard on the brakes down into leg cons. See if we can't play spot the Buzzing Hornet up ahead. Those like backfires this Beamer does on the replay in director mode. So weird. Shotgun backfires from the M6. Is that a wild Buzz? I think that's a wild Buzz up ahead. That looked like a white and green car to me. He's got his sights locked in. 7th spot up the road. A few more precious championship points. absolutely reeling this Renault in. I'm going to assume that Buzz picked up some damage because he was right in that battle for it. He was right up with Kerbs and Whitford. They were still pretty close together. Matty, Kerbs, Whitford, all on the start-finish straight at the same time. Finishing lap number 18, heading on to lap number 19. Roughly between about 20-30 seconds behind the race leader, but all still pretty close together, and Dazza as well. And then here comes the very quickly shrinking gap between Buzz and Matty. Yeah, see, 22.24 for Buzz, 2:19.8, fastest man on the track. Mr. Attu flying in that BMW. Really did look on for the win today. Until I said he looked on for the win. But I've also said that Johnny B looked on for the win, and Johnny B still looks on for the win. Now enjoys a 16-second lead. Racing just picked his way through what is the battle for fourth spot in GT3. And Attu gets Buzz in his sights. Back end of a Renault RS01 in buzzing Hornet, lime green and white. More little twitch from Buzz. Struggling to get the power down. There's a battle appearing for third spot as well in GT3. We'll just quickly check in on that. Not so close together. Matty and Kerbs. Oh, and Whitford's made a mistake here. Whitford's in the wall. Whitford's in the wall. Whitford's off. He's reversing. Whitford's dropped it. So Whitford's lost it down to 6th, melted Dazza's up to 5th. Buzz continues to defend from Attu. See, now I think that Whitford could be catchable for Attu here as well. If Whitford's got front end damage, he was reversing that Ferrari out of the wall. And he might have a chance of recovering up to 6th spot here. As he jumps into the slipstream with Buzz. Buzz might not defend so hard if he's travelling with damage, which I think he is. Yeah, he doesn't really seem to bother out. He's going to slip through up the inside here. Into Blanchimond, gets the move done up into 7th spot. Meanwhile, Matty's fallen right back into the clutches of Kevs here. Oh, it's getting busy. Satis went one way. Good driving there from Kevs to react to that. They both went the same way for a second, and I thought that was going to end in tears. So through the traffic, Kevs gets a sniff at the podium. Matty weaving, trying to break the slipstream. What they've just passed then is a battle for position in GT4 as well between Satis and G32. G32 slowly raiding Satis in that Mustang. Oh, here we go. He might have a chance here as they come out the exit. This is a battle for 4th in class. Go back to the battle for the final podium spot in GT3. Kev's lapped faster than Matty last time round by 1.8 seconds, but they were picking their way through traffic. Lead at the front, by the way, is up to 20 seconds. Johnny B just stretching away, enjoying the scenery as he cruises to what will potentially be a 2nd win of the season. And 2 from 2 for Johnny B, and put him in the lead of the championship. If things stay like they are. End of lap 21. Sorry, end of lap 20 for these guys. On to lap 21. Just over 12 minutes remaining on the clock. Round number 4, Kerb British GT. And another eventful race, for sure. Manic opening few laps. Main headline still being problems with blank file. Parked up at the side of the road for a minute and a half. Atu in the wall from the lead of the race, in the pits. Currently back up to 7th and chasing down Whitford, who's just put that Ferrari in the fence. We caught him reversing out of it and probably has some damage. And I reckon Atu fancies the chances of getting by. Both still struggling with damage in the background on a 224, and Whitford's now lapping in the 224s as well. So I think, you know, front aero on this game is costly. I think especially around this sort of a track. Oh, as Whitford just gets slightly held up as they come through Rallion over the top of Rouge. Well, that GT4 could give Atu a chance here. The battle for 6th. Atu just throws it straight up the inside, no messing about. They're both going to go up the inside. It sounds free wide. Does he get it stopped? Yes, he does. Lovely stuff for everybody there. Atu up to 6th. Whitford holds on in 7th. Both Satis survived on the outside of the Mustang. That's a battle for position they've gone past as well. Where is it? Come on, drunk cameraman, find it for me. There we go. That was awesome stuff. 3 wide. But the fallout from that is... Oh, Kev's and Matty swinging positions. They're side by side. Kev's putting the pressure on Matty for the final spot on the podium, and Racing's coming back towards him as well. That's 2nd, 3rd and 4th. 1, 2, 3 on your screen. Get the track map up, shall we? We have an Apple race. There we go. For these final 10 minutes, give you a sense of where everyone's at. Whoa, there's flashing up those. I was worried we lost Angie for a second there, but she's okay. She's just catching up with everything that happened before for some reason when I put the map up. Nobody panic. Well, the battle for seconds just got spicy, so we got racing at home. Matty and Kev side by side, coming into the bus stop. Kev's has a look. Matty late on the brakes. Fastest man still is Atu. He's in 6th. Actually, I'll tell you what, Daz is not a million miles away from him. Daz is still lapping okay there. He was closest to these guys. So he's fallen back a little bit, Daz has. 9 minutes to go. There he is. And here comes Atu into your screen. Round about now. There he is. Just. So we can see, Daz it. The length for the Kemmel Straight, he's got to catch him though. And with only 8 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, I would say that might take another mistake from Dazza. Battle for 3rd rages on though. It's been a fantastic battle between Matty and Kev. It's been going on for ages now. They've ended up slowly reeling racing at home in a little bit. And driving away from the other guys. Black Fire, by the way, is getting to the point where he might be catching Buzzing Hornet before the end of the race, possibly. Actually, no, he's not. Yeah, no, he's still marooned down. Yeah, he's a long way back, actually. I don't think it's going to get any better than 9th for Blank after that mysterious parked up on the side of the road incident. Kev gets in Matty's slipstream. So fly through Blanchemont one more time. Little look up the inside from Kev's, nothing doing. Oh, Matty does go in a bit deep though. Just give Kev's a chance on exit. Gets it alongside, lovely exit from Kev's. Wow, blast by, pure traction there. Fantastic move up to 3rd spot from Kev's. That was mad traction out of the corner from the Audi R8 then. Just gripped and went. Still under pressure from Matty though, this is far from over. Matty's turn to have the slipstream now. Through Rouge once more. Nose to tail. Hop over the curb, GT style. Matty's taking every inch of slipstream he can. Has a little look up the inside. Feints one way then the other. Dives back to the inside. Late on the brakes. Is he going to make it work? Kev's leaves a bit of room. Oh, they both have a wobble. They both came in at full speed. No contact. They both did well to hang on. Kev's does better than Matty. Decent effort though, that. Worth a go that was. They did well not to make contact. Both super committed then. No damage. Live to fight another day. That was great stuff. It was worth a go from Matty. Definitely worth a go. Kev did great to leave him just enough room. A little bit unlucky just to just lose it on the apex. They both did, to be fair. Maximum attack. And that splits up just for now, that battle for the final spot on the podium in GT3 with just 6 minutes to go on the clock, which is going to potentially be 3 laps. Yep, I think that's going to be 3 laps for Johnny B. He's enjoying a 25-second lead now. All the drama's going on behind him. And if you look on the map, look how massive that advantage is. He's all the way at the top of the hill. Just as second place gets onto it. Completes lap 23, onto lap 24, 3 laps to go. Dominant display from Johnny B in the end. Looking mighty fine for his second win. And here comes racing into the bus stop. Second spot. Then Kev through the bus stop. Closely followed by Matty still. 4th place. Whoa. Oh, Matty's in the pits. Matty's in the pits. Has he missed fuel? Has he got damage? Big dramas. That was definitely on purpose. He didn't just slide in there. That was Matty in the pits. That's going to put Dancer up to 4th. I wonder if that's a missed fuel. We saw DB Kung miss fuel last week. That is an unfortunate mistake from Matty. Whatever's happening here, but I'm going to think you're going to see him stop in the box. That's going to gift Atty all the way back up to 5th. It might even give Blankfile 8th. Oh no, Blankfile's already passed Buzz. So Buzz is having more dramas. Buzz is all the way down in 9th now. Blank's up to 8th. He's going to get himself up to 7th. Just helping him in the champ. Pretty quick stop actually from Matty. Matty might be alright. He might survive ahead of Blankfile here. Yep, he should be fine. So Matty's down to 7th after that. That looked like a splash and dash to me. Just misfueled the car. A couple of laps out from Matty. That's unfortunate. It cost him 2 positions. It's good for Atty's championship though. Recovers him up to 5th. Dazza finds himself in 4th. And Kevs now gets to breathe in her 3rd place. Possibly even think about having a chase after racing at home. He's in 2nd still. Just check on that gap for Matty. Yeah, I mean he's out still well ahead of Blank. I mean but whatever's happened to Buzz's car, it's fairly terminal because since that moment when he dropped off that battle for 5th, sorry, I mean now it's obviously fucked, but from the moment he dropped off that battle for 5th, he's been really struggling. I think he must have done a toe link or something because that thing looks particularly shit to drive right now. Poor old Buzz, not having the best season in that Renault. Class leader in GT4, Angie, still leading the way. Looking really good for the win. About 25 seconds up the road from Motormouth, who comes into the bus stop now. That was her just leaving the first corner, so gives you an idea of the gap in GT4. 3 minutes to go. I mean, the gap was like this in GT4 last week, and then the lead changed, so we'll keep an eye on that. But barring any mad dramas, Angie's looking good for the win. Motormouth in 2nd. Redwood still in 3rd. G32's up to 4th after passing Satis, who's in 5th, and then DB Kung still plodding away in 6th. As that who's catching Dazza here, potentially for 4th spot, which would be a crazy effort from Atty if he manages to recover to 4th after a pit stop. Not just a pit stop, he smashed his rear wing off going into a roof, so he did an entire lap with no rear wing. Then he had a pit stop. He's got going again. He's been lapping consistently quicker than everybody else. He banged in another 2:19. So aside from the crashing bit, he's actually going an amazing range, was that? could yet find himself in 4th spot. 2 laps to go. Soaks up this lovely bit of slipstream. For the penultimate time. Oh, look at the speed in that BMW. That means business here. Daz is going to do his best to defend, but with 1.5 laps to go, it's going to be impressive defence if Daz manages to hang on. Oh yeah, stay defensive, Dad, stay defensive. You've got to stay defensive. He tries to hang it all the way around the outside. He might have a chance of doing it, not quite. Gets on the power early. Seeing if he can pull the undercut here. Dazza does well to hang on. As they head up the hill for the penultimate time. Johnny B, by the way, is onto his final lap. White flags in the air for the race leader, Johnny B. As that he comes side by side. Into the bus stop to take the white flag. The battle for 4th spot in GT3 to the line. Matty's catching Whitford as well. Side by side onto the final lap, these two. Lights ablaze on the McLaren, lights ablaze on the BMW. Into the source for the last time. Little kick of Avis there from Matty on exit. They're side by side though. We're going to go side by side into Eau Rouge. Whoa! Oh, now he gets the move done. Lovely pass up into 4th place. Dazza comes back across the top of Radion. They're side by side still. Final lap. Fantastic stuff. The McLaren gets it back. Slippy through the air. The McLaren has another look at the inside. He's going to go late on the brakes. He's going to fling it up the inside. Spit of flame from the exhaust. He gets it stuck as well again. He's been so great onto the brakes since there always. That is up to 4th. What a great recovery drive that is in that BMW. It would have been good to see him and Johnny V battle it out for the race win, but what a recovery drive that's been for Matty. Look, I didn't think he was going to get out of 8th place at one point as he kicks the back end out. That was a great battle there, great driving from Dazza, great driving from Matty. What's happening back here then? We've got Whitford and Matty, battle for 6th place. That got caught in traffic. Well, then Dazza got caught in traffic. They're both getting caught in traffic. Slow Janairs everywhere. Where's Johnny B? He's crossing the line. Johnny B wins the race. 2 from 2 for Johnny B. Winner last week, winner this week. Takes the lead in the championship from blank file. Congratulations to Johnny B. And here comes Angie to win GT4 as well. Congratulations to Angie, great drive. She wins GT4. Probably going to get racing home next, second in GT3. Great drive from racing, 2 from 2 on the podium from racing. 3rd last week, 2nd this week. Good points in the championship. Kerb's coming nice and slowly out the last corner, just not took over the GT4. Oh, it's Buzz with no rear spoiler. So Kevs gets a podium. Atty recovers to 4th place. Dazza's in 5th, just losing out to Atty there in the last couple of laps. Got Motormouth coming home in 2nd on the podium in GT4, he'll be happy with that. Here comes Redwood in 3rd place in GT4. Rounding out your podiums. Well done to Redwood, he'll maintain his championship lead. It's Whitford and Matty cross the line, 6th and 7th respectively. And poor old blank file mysteriously parked at the side of the road, out of the battle for the lead. Does get himself back up one position to 8th spot, but that is going to cost him the championship lead today. We'll wait to find out what happened to Blank File. But there we go. Round number 4, Kerb Clippers British GT Championship. Classified results go like this. We got Johnny B in first place. Takes the win, second win of the season. From racing at home, Kev's rounding out the podium. Then we got Atty on a great recovery drive into 4th, Dazza in 5th, Whitford in 6th, Matty in 7th, Blank File off the dramas in 8th, and Buzzing Hornet with damage back down in 9th spot. And then in GT4 the class win goes to Angie, and then Motormouth's in 2nd place. Redwood rounds out the podium in 3rd, hangs on to his championship lead. And then we got round 1 in a G32 in 4th spot. Satis for the first time not on the podium in that Mustang, down in 5th, and then DB Kung in 6th, and then Mark in the Porsche will be classified as 7th in GT4. And there we go, round number 4 complete. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Thanks to all the drivers, that was awesome to watch once again, and I will see you all next week for round number 5 as we pass the halfway point. Round number 5, back to Britain, of course, as the guys are going to be taking on a Brands Hatch GP, and that'll be on the 10th, next Monday, same time, same place. I will see you all then. Take it steady. Cheers.